And we're back here at the GSL Code S. What the hell, man? DRG lost.
Yeah, he
What's
did.
going on?
The SEC actually played really solid. The first game, just played a completely solid game. Second game, DRG played very well, but third game, DRG tried that attack and tried to take a fourth behind it. And, it's a cool idea, but whenever you attack and lose that many Banelings, Roaches, and Mutas, and that's a lot of gas, a super solid Terran oftentimes is going to be able to come out and punish you a bit. And the SEC just played pretty flawless from there. The Mutas harassment did not do enough. The attack did not do enough.
All right, we're going to go ahead and throw up the replay here. We want to show you guys some parts of this game because this game was pretty intricate.
Yeah, looks like this is before the bust, and this is the most important part of the game.
The bust actually.
Watch this, basically. It's he's going to run down here. That's a really good spread. He knows that a bust is probably coming.
Now, literally, the Terran spread is so good we can't even capture it all on our screen.
Yeah, and here we go, coming down here, and yuck. Siege Shanks are going to target the Banes. Watch the Banes.
Watch the Banes. Watch carefully.
And they're hitting.
Look at how many Siege Tanks. Then the Banes go the other way, but there's still Siege Tanks hitting them. So the Banes.
And all the Banes are wasted. They basically did nothing. Great Siege Tank placement, and he ended up killing all the Siege Tanks, but if you count up the actual gas loss from both sides, which in a lot of the times is what matters, especially with Zerg, that's just so much more gas was lost there for DRG, and
it's such an investment
that
if
looked
you don't,
cool,
if
it was fun, but if that doesn't do a bit more damage than that, like if you don't have them lifting their third and killing some SCVs with that, you're going to be in a hard spot.
That's why all the nerds Banelings and all the nerds something that rhymes with men couldn't put DRG's strategical position back together again. Wow. That entire replay I was trying to figure out something that Zerg had that rhymes with men. They don't have it.
Yeah, they do.
What? No, they don't have it. Yeah, you're trying to think of something too. No, trust me, man.
Roachman.
All the nerds Banelings and all the nerds Roachmen?
No, that doesn't.
Yeah, man.
Just say all the nerds men. You think DRG doesn't have people that he's in charge of?
Ha! Infested Terrans.
Oh, all the Banelings, all the infested Terrans?
All those infested Terran men.
Terran. Just pronounce it wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, anyways.
Okay. All right, anyways.
This is getting terrible. TaeJa against jjakji coming up.
Who's going to win? This Terran or that Terran? We're going to find out soon here at GSL at GOMTV.net. In the bottom left starting location, we have an up-and-coming Terran. He's very good. Let's see if he can beat this player. In this case, I think he's basically the underdog.
Liquid TaeJa.
Liquid TaeJa. He looks like an ST.
Oh, Jesus.
Any green guy with glasses that just decided, oh, it's like an ST. All right. In the upper right, in the blue, GSL champion. His ID is
NS 호소 짝지.
jjakji has been slightly underperforming lately. He ran through a ridiculous gauntlet, killing off Protosses left and right, and then Leenock in the finals, the best TVZs we've seen to date. And then he just kind of hasn't done much since then, And people have lost track of him. And again, like I was saying before, if you are a Korean Terran, it's hard, man, to have people actually notice you and watch you and love you. There's only 3 of them that people really pay a ton of attention to right now. But jjakji, if he could, maybe go through and get another GSL belt, I would say he would be right up there with them.
all right. Run Atlantis spaceship. Who will win the spaceship?
Well, I'm saying
jjakji right now.
It's actually hard to say. The SCC was looking great, and he has some decent TVT. So
look at these polling results. I'm not shocked. Well, it's gone now, but it was 11%
for TaeJa.
For TaeJa, that does not surprise me.
Yeah, TaeJa is actually quite a good Terran. I've liked TaeJa for a very long time. He's done a lot in the more minor leagues around the world. You know, he sometimes goes to tournaments and does reasonably well, but I feel like he's underperformed at them, actually, for his actual skill level, because this guy puts out like some insane games. Well, looks like both players going to go ahead and go command center off of no gas. Now, will they double gas behind it? Make a bunch of barracks? Which way do they want to go?
Now,
normally we're going to see the double gas.
This says Marine King Prime at the bottom, but I believe we're talking about jjakji. It's as you can see here, jjakji did not actually have that much of a history. He kind of came out of nowhere, and he was coming up when the NS Hoso team was doing really well in the team leagues.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we sort of thought to ourselves, well, I mean, they probably have a ton of players that we don't know that well that are champion level.
Certainly.
But I didn't think jjakji was actually going to be one of them. We were always talking about
Sage. He was like the one that we look at and we're like, well, this guy is the only guy that can't win that's left in the tournament. You know, this is, what has this guy truly done here?
Yeah.
And the thing is, what he truly did was got himself a ton of skill. Because he looked better than any champion before him, and since him, only DRG really has matched the type of play that, like, you look at jjakji. When you look at jjakji play when he's playing his best, it looks like we're watching StarCraft 1 again. You know,
it really does.
That's a game that has been refined over the course of 12-ish years. So that's really different from watching other players. Whereas the only other player that gives me that same exact feeling of, oh my god, you're so refined in everything you do, is DRG, although not tonight. Not so far tonight.
Not tonight. Well, you know, I think DRG was actually very upset after losing that MLG that we were just at. He went to the MLG arena and got second to Marine King.
Again.
And Marine King's the guy who's supposed to get second and everything. Then he goes to the MLG in Columbus, Ohio against Marine King. And everybody thought maybe that's a fluke and Marine King's going to get second again. And instead, DRG's suddenly the Marine King.
Yeah.
I mean, that has to, and especially when you consider the sheer confidence that's coming out of DRG previously. The fact that he's not. What?
No, I'm agreeing with you, but I just thought of something else.
Oh, yeah, sure, go ahead.
DRG is actually the most solid top-tier player in the world right now. You know, he won the last GSL.
Yep.
The last two MLGs, he got second place at. And what was right before that? It was the Blizzard Cup, another GSL tournament, which he got second into MMA, losing only in the final 7th game. So he's actually been in 4 finals in a row of world-class tournaments. Uh-oh. We have a nice attack here by TaeJa with his combat shields, but jjakji has combat shields as well.
But if he gets the SCVs in the back here, it's just so huge.
Yeah, it's going to be nice. But let's not forget that jjakji's going to have an SCV lead a Marine lead from this. In fact, the exact numbers are going to be 15 against 8, so we should probably be seeing a counter.
Yeah.
But at the same time, since he's done that, TaeJa has already made a bunker. He knows. He's like, well, I have less Marines. I simply need a bunker, that means. And this is genius.
That's so smart.
Knowing that he has a bigger army. These guys are going for basically the exact same thing.
Right.
He knows he has a bigger army because he just killed some off. He's like, yeah, you killed some SCVs, but I still have mules. I'm still mining plenty. I'm going to expand again because guess who can't walk across the map right now? TaeJa. He already walked across the map once and gave up units.
he gave up that opportunity to kill some SCVs. jjakji seems to really be aware of what's going on. And
yeah, he understands the ebb and flow of the game and what happens that allows him to do various things.
What did you say? He understands the ebb and flow?
The ebb and flow.
Oh, I love the way you described that. That's good. Okay.
And that's actually something that, like, it takes forever to understand the ebb and flow, and it's something that a lot of times you can't even put words on. You're just like, no, the way this game has gone, I can take a base right now.
When you say ebb and flow, I feel like I feel like you're saying ebon like it's some kind of a bird, and then the flow is like the way it moves.
Like an ebb and flows?
Yeah, an ebb and flows.
Oh, that's cute. That's not it, though.
That's not what you meant. All right.
No, that's not it. Did you actually still think that was what I meant once I clarified?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I had to say that. I just had to say that.
No, right. It's actually, I get you. Sometimes I do that, too.
Now, you know, as far as map control goes. It's a little bit in jjakji's favor, but it does not look like either player is super interested in map control.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to really get out of position right now. The first medevacs are popping out anytime now. And as those medevacs do come out, if you are way out of position out of your base, you're in trouble. And in fact, look, he's already got the Viking scouting for any medevac drops. He's even got some Marines in his main base waiting. And in fact, jjakji already is starting siege tank production. He already has one, he has a second on the way, and the first siege tank just come out for TaeJa. And that's going to be good for defense. You know, he wants to get out siege tanks ASAP. And, oh man, jjakji. Jjakji-chan.
Now yeah.
I love this player, man. He's making SCVs out of all his command centers instead of getting another orbital at his third. He's decided to make SCVs out of it for now to help jumpstart his economy. The thing is, he may want a planetary, he may want an orbital. It's actually hard to say right this second. So I love everything I'm seeing out of him right now.
Now he's unloading here because in case there's anything being set up here for the third, he doesn't want to have to unload in the middle of a battle.
Yeah. Marine coming in from TaeJa, figure out what's going on. And he's going to find the script units and lose everything right there.
Oh, but he did target the tank.
Yeah, that was you know, did his best he could with what he had there. Well, it looks like he has decided now to make a planetary up there. Already have the double E-bays up for TaeJa. jjakji as well with those double E-bays. But the upgrade's much quicker on TaeJa's. So he's going to have upgrade advantages probably for the rest of the game. And in fact, his second factory is quicker as well. I like the way that TaeJa is battling back. Even though jjakji got the quicker additional base, the quicker second factory and the quicker upgrades go to TaeJa, which are going to make him more cost efficient.
Yeah.
But it's not a whole lot quicker, you know. It's, what, a little bit less than an in-game minute behind, which in StarCraft II time, that's not too much. Not insurmountable.
No, not at all.
But every little thing, that's what StarCraft is.
Their supplies are basically even. Cover me! Oh, but his crew's back over here now.
He had medevacs on him and everything. He was like, that's not going to help you, scum.
Yeah, man. This is just the Crips and the Bloods fighting out here.
The Blues and the Reds.
The Blues and the Reds. It looks pretty clear that the next base that we're going to take is that one that's just a little bit not far away, the one that has the extra gases.
Oh, the funny 3 gas one?
Yeah, the 3 gas
I
one.
actually love that gas behind the gas.
Yeah, I like that.
That's kind of cool.
Well, there's, you know, with the maps in StarCraft II, there's just like so much potential. It's like we're never going to run out of maps.
You got to be careful here.
Oh, careful.
TaeJa sieging up a jjakji as well, and they are not going to be able to engage because
we've established the no man's land, but jjakji not very happy with that position, and he shouldn't be because there's nothing to protect at the bottom right, and could allow TaeJa to go around. He moves up,
and you know, right now we have just such an even game. They're both about 190. They're going to have to start doing something to each other here. Both of them are upgrading more and more and more. We have 2-2 on jjakji. Yeah, it's not started as 3-3. We have 2-1 on TaeJa, but it's 3-2 on the way.
Oh, you can see he stemmed a small number forward. He wanted to see if there was any tanks he could shoot. There wasn't.
Yep.
This is a very hard thing to do. What we're seeing these guys both go back and forth doing, it's so hard.
And I gotta say, you know, what you want to do is try to cause a diversion somewhere, but both players have made beautiful turret rings in their base. Never thought in my life that I'd say beautiful turret rings, but they are, because it's going to stop anything.
The win rate, okay, hold on, look at this. The win rate between 16 minutes and 30 seconds to 18 minutes for TaeJa, which is where we're at right now, is 92.9%. That's how.
Wow.
So it's in all line.
And that's exactly what we just hit in the game.
Yep.
So this is where he wins his games, right here.
He wins
right
his
now.
games at these moments.
He hits that maxed
Can
army.
jjakji survive?
That's actually an impressive stat, because if you're winning with maxed armies, that's pretty impressive. I like that in a player more than, you know, a 2-baser that wins in 9 minutes every time.
All right. So this is TaeJa's moment.
They are just so evenly matched right now, Tasteless. I mean, TaeJa has a little bit more bank, and that's like all we can actually say. The upgrades, both of them working on 3-3, both of them working on +2 mech. jjakji adding another factory very smartly. TaeJa, are you going to add another factory? Let me look around. Actually, he already got it. Just got it.
All right, he's going to be careful. jjakji's controlling that position pretty well. Thank God jjakji doesn't know that stat. That'd be the weirdest thing to know going into this game. I'm like, oh, well.
Yeah, that would be a weird thing.
Nice. Get the siege tank and run away.
You know, you want to increase your siege tank count throughout the game here.
Yeah.
The more siege tanks you have, the better. Eventually, the siege tanks get to numbers that just splatter the Marines in seconds. This is insanity. And jjakji's actually just making massive command centers.
They're like pushing each other through this gully. It's really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, what else are you going to do here? The missile turrets are up. Everyone's got good positions. TaeJa did get that quicker 4th base with the 3 gases, like you were pointing out before, Tasteless. jjakji hasn't taken that one. Instead, he's decided to just take the one that only has 5 mineral patches that's kind of like right below his main base.
I have no idea why he took that instead of the gas one.
Yeah, it feels a bit weird.
That does not make any sense. Damn, look at the area around Atlanta's spaceship. That planet looks pretty hot.
Yeah. Nice vacation place with meteors going in all the time. Well, I love that, ooh, we actually have Blue Flame Hellion and more factories coming for TaeJa.
Oh. Okay, he gets out. He's fine.
Dude, I have to talk about this a little bit. The fact that TaeJa he's continuing to upgrade his mech, and he's getting more factories and upgrading Blue Flame. I love that to death, Tasteless. That is, I mean, I've always liked TaeJa's play, but this is just beautiful because mech is stronger than, you know, Marine Siege Tank. If he suddenly gets those Marines in a situation with a lot of Blue Flame Hellions, then, and more Siege Tanks, obviously, then it's going to be very nice for him. And look at this. Oh, trying to get in here, but beautiful defense by TaeJa.
I think jjakji may have put himself in a position that's going to be almost impossible to get out of. And TaeJa's now, because he got that other base that's better as far as resources go, he's going to... Oh, never mind.
And jjakji stimming in for a second, but nice sieges by jjakji. I really like jjakji's siege here. Killing off a lot of Marines, and in fact, TaeJa's supply drops quite a bit here.
Completely failed drop there at the expansion.
You know, planetary +2 siege tank Tasteless. We've been waiting a long time to see that type of defense, but we're finally seeing it, and
they're both doing
it's brutal. Yeah, they're both doing exactly that because that crushes any draw.
All right, sick no man's land over here. TaeJa's down in supply. Do you think you could actually stem and rush in there and win this fight?
No, it's the siege tanks are just too good with that +2 attack.
I think he's. Oh no.
I think they both want to siege tank push forward, you know, because there's nothing in the middle there to actually spot. So if you can actually just move forward a bit and then scan, then you can just get a win. And in fact, that's what jjakji's going for right now in the center. Nice, picks off a siege tank there. TaeJa just...
This is so hard to do, inching siege tanks forward like this.
I gotta actually say something really nice about TaeJa's play right here. They have similar siege tank counts, 10-9 with jjakji in the lead. But don't forget that a lot of Marines got killed at the beginning of that part in the middle. So now he's replacing his supply with mech units, siege tanks, and he's mixing in a few Hellions as well. I think those are going to be for harass at first. Whereas jjakji, adding a lot more racks, just wants to keep those upgraded units pumped out.
Again, with the Vikings here, he gets to have the vision. All right. Oh, man, nice handling there.
Yeah.
Last second siege there.
TaeJa right now is adding 3 more starports. And, I mean, jjakji's just making infinity barracks. Infinity. Tasteless. That's 8, but sideways. Like, I'm going to try to count all these. I'll be back around the time they have battle cruisers.
We're having more skirmishes over here.
He actually has about 20 barracks, and lots of them have reactors. Like, 10 of them have reactors. So he can produce like 30 Marines at a time right now. It's absolute madness.
Oh, he's going to drop on the siege tanks.
Beautiful move here, and now he's going to siege in and just go to town. This is a beautiful move here by jjakji. TaeJa out of position.
That was so huge.
That was just...
That was
such an important moment, TaeJa.
Incredibly. Now he's going to get this orbital. Nope.
He has to run back. He's upgrading units of TaeJa running forward, but he has the siege tank placement here. jjakji in the siege tank lead with 7 against 2. TaeJa's actually starting to make ravens.
Oh, this is getting weird.
This is actually so cool the way TaeJa's going about this.
Right, he's trying to overwhelm.
jjakji overextending a bit. Too many units in a line coming up here as reinforcements. And TaeJa will push back at least a little bit and be able to retake that base. You know, we do have to point out that the center of the map is still in control by jjakji. As that important high ground area, he has that important Xel'Naga watchtower, and he has a couple sensor towers, which would be really smart of TaeJa to get at this point.
I don't actually know where this game's going. Okay, he's gonna go for it. Does he get the siege tanks? I think TaeJa wins this by a pretty heavy margin.
Well, jjakji still has a lot of siege tanks left over, and actually only 1 Marine in those medevacs. If he had a few more, it would have been much better. More and more units being brought up here. A lot of Marauders being mixed in. And in fact, he could stim up and kill that all right now. But you know what I think we're going to see here is TaeJa's getting ready for some sort of, you know, just complete air dominance. He's getting a lot of Ravens out, and I'm thinking, what are those going to be for? I mean, he could use the auto turrets, but I feel like it's going to be a lot of point defense drones. He might even go for some drops. Point defense drones stop missile turrets from firing.
Yeah,
so that could
they absolutely do.
Could be a good move. Now, jjakji is running around here with some stim Marauders. He wants to try to snipe this base if he can. A lot of Marines in there. Marines do very well against Marauders, let's not forget.
But the siege tanks can melt these Marines.
That's right, if the Marines are gone, those Marauders can run in and kill off these siege tanks if they don't have any support.
All right, he's edging forward with the siege tanks, but decides to back up.
jjakji right now, is he spending too many of these units? Is he being a little bit too cost efficient? No, it looks like it's fine for now. Going after this bottom right base.
Well,
going after these medevacs. 3 of them still left alive, though. You know, with how many barracks jjakji built, that was actually too many. He's actually got almost no minerals left. He's not even maxed out. Better to have too many than too few, though.
Sometimes you get in these games where they actually, the other guy was ahead the whole time but couldn't, he got all the bases and everything, but he couldn't kill the other guy, and then the player that mined out later on ends up winning. All right, here we go.
Pretty big attack here. A lot of SCVs coming in. The Marauders hitting the siege tanks. The Marines in the back. They'll kill off some SCVs, but it does not matter. Oh my god, he's actually going to go over these missile turrets, but actually maybe not quite enough missile turrets here. Even with that Viking helping out, he does drop off most of his payload, and that's going to be very annoying to actually deal with.
All right, some reinforcements come up here to jjakji's base. And they should, actually, you know, with the medevac there, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. They should chase them out. Okay.
This is actually a crazy game, TaeJa.
This is.
TaeJa right now has 4 Ravens and 4 Vikings, whereas 9 Vikings for his opponent, jjakji. So this is, but jjakji has like a ton of Marauders. So if you actually overmake units that do nothing too much, Vikings is what I'm trying to say, against someone who's making a lot of Marauders, that can be an issue, but with those point defense drones, he should be fine. It's a good unit composition coming out here for TaeJa.
Okay, a lot of, we're going into the end game here. We're probably going to see it be air versus air pretty soon here. Another push.
Oh, this is a great siege tank spread here by jjakji, really pushing quite strongly. TaeJa out of position, and he's just going to go for it, bringing his SCVs and Marines. Marines and Marauders being stemmed up here by jjakji.
Oh, he's going to go over here and try to take out these siege tanks out of auto turrets being landed.
TaeJa has to run these Ravens away. He's flying the Ravens actually into these.
What is he doing?
He threw those in to try to throw down some some turrets on the siege tanks. That was actually not a good move, though. cannot be losing those Ravens. They were so expensive.
Nice job here. He sniped the gas behind the gas.
That's a good move. And the aggression continues here from jjakji, removing the last tanks at the space of TaeJa.
Uh-oh. Meanwhile, an attack in this essentially undefended area.
A couple siege tanks helping out quite a bit. Martyr's being stemmed and run up, but he does not have any other units there right now.
Did he get the planetary left? He did.
He did. But it looks like his own may fall as well. Putting a lot of units. I think actually he's going to have enough to break right through TaeJa's tanks.
Too late. I mean, even if he kills us all off, he got the command center.
Right now, though, TaeJa, even though he has a supply lead, well, he's killed off that base that has no minerals at it, which is nice, but I mean, it has gas, obviously. But right now, TaeJa looks like he's just in too good of a spot, Tasteless.
Yeah, I think so.
Play.
Well, landing those Vikings was baffling. Now when TaeJa landed with jjakji,
yeah,
the Vikings are like, I got this.
With
TaeJa's like, I have stimmed Marines.
With 3-3,
yeah,
combat shield, and medevacs. Well, jjakji at this point, Tasteless, really doesn't have anything going.
I think jjakji's almost been checkmated.
Yeah, I would say so.
TaeJa, the superhuman, has got this game.
TaeJa just putting out a beautiful game one. Crushing through just about everything at this
I think
point.
that's GG. I believe that this game is actually like just completely over.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he's got twice the supply. TaeJa's still mining by a bunch of bases. jjakji only mining from one base at the moment. And GG.
GG. TaeJa.
Really
He's got a
impressive
smile
play
on his face. We all know why.
Really impressive play and really handsome keyboard.
Yeah, look at that keyboard. That looks like it's made out of Valentine's Day candy.
I actually wanted to say that.
I beat you, man.
You're good. You know what? That's because that's what it looks like. But anyways, almost spilling water on this keyboard there. Be careful, jjakji. Don't want to spill water in the keyboard.
jjakji's just, well, a few things. One thing that we saw back there was very strange is TaeJa took the good expansion and jjakji took the crappy one.
That's true. That's true.
And then,
you know, a lot of the maneuvering in the center was really interesting. You know, jjakji was attacking into slightly more defended areas, whereas TaeJa was kind of running around the sides of the map a little bit more to hit areas.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and I liked the idea of getting some Ravens. You know, in TVT when you're going Marine tank and you're not really switching tech that much, you get so much gas, and TaeJa showed us he had like 9k gas at the end, even after going Master Raven for a little bit. Really interesting series, actually. As far as Marine tank goes, I liked the play actually by both players. They seem very evenly matched, even though you know, at the end it always looks one-sided. But that was actually a very even match.
And also, I do love the way that TaeJa moved around the map. It was pretty smart.
jjakji actually had that map control for a bit, too.
You could see that the center of the map is just so important there, even though there really isn't anything there. Yeah, it's the lane that lets you get everywhere else.
You know, you want to, of course, have the watchtower. You want to have the high ground to try to push down from. It makes them try to have air superiority. But I feel like, you know, he invested too much into his marauders and whatnot.
Yeah.
Those weren't that useful.
Well, it looked like they were going to start to be useful, but we hadn't gotten to that part where everything is changing over as far as the tech route goes. So that was one big factor as well. I do like the Ravens that he was getting early on.
That's cool.
All right, guys. It's time for us to go into game number 2. TaeJa showing sheer brilliance. jjakji, a good player as well, but right now he's getting a little bit outclassed. Let's see who wins. We're hearing Code S.